to the comments that you have made, it just reinforces to me why we set out on this commission in the first place, to really focus in on what more we can be doing when it comes to the health and well-being of Native children, and a recognition that there is no one thing. We just can't focus on education. We just can't focus on safety. We just can't focus on housing. It has got to be comprehensive. It has to be holistic. It has to acknowledge the emphasis on culture and identity, and how that is so central to healing for children and for youth and for the families in your communities. And I think each one of you has echoed that in different areas of social services and the justice programs. I had mentioned the Tiwah program in my comments, and both Chairwoman Street and Councilwoman Johnson, you both have acknowledged that. Mr. Patterson has acknowledged the Tiwah. But you have been part of the initial pilot, if you will, with the Tiwah program. So you've seen how the more traditional federal programs have worked, and now how with Tiwah you have greater coordination across services, integrating the culture and the language and the traditional practices. You've spoken to the benefits of what we have with Tiwah. How, in your words, and I think you've given us a sense as to the priority of it, but if we are able to expand on Tiwah, so that others may follow this as a model, what would be some of your recommendations, and why do we need to reinforce that this approach is better than what we have seen traditionally, or perhaps more historically with the traditional federal programs? I'll throw that out to either one of you.
I guess what makes Tiwah so extraordinary in our community is because of the flexibility. I've been working with youth for 24 years. I've been under other grants that have a more stricter policy in doing guidelines and doing what we can do and what we can't do. Tiwah actually, we're able to work with flexibility. We're able to work with our children the way we know will heal them. And that's our culture, our spirituality. A lot of our children that come to us don't have that don't know or have an identity. They don't know where they come from. Yes, they know that they're Native American, but what is their family tree? What what are their traditions and culture? So we introduced them to the Sweat Lodge. We introduced them to prayer, to language. We introduced them to our culture and our traditions that our people have been living for a long time. We're very fortunate to have spiritual leaders in every aspect of our Tiwah, whether it's from the juvenile justice that we do to the family wellness, has a cultural component in it, a holistic healing component where we want our children to heal. And I know I'm living proof that it was the holistic healing in our traditional ceremonies that have saved me. And I believe strongly in what we do to heal our children.
So you've spoken to some of the more cultural, historical culture aspects of it, and yet Chairwoman Street, I understand that all of Spirit Lake's social service program staff have either a bachelor's or a master's degree in social work, and that Tiwah has helped make that possible. That's clearly an investment in workforce capacity. Can you speak to that aspect of it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So through the Tiwah and related initiatives, the tribe increased staffing capacity to 16 full-time positions. They're serving a population of more than 2,400 children within our boundaries. The program is made up of entirely enrolled members. The majority are from the Spirit Lake area, our own people that have been educated and are serving our own communities. This expansion has allowed tribal social services to safely manage foster care, CPS, and prevention caseloads, which improve oversight, documentation, and accountability. And equally important, the Tiwah supported the education, like you're mentioning, of the professional advancement of the tribal workforce. And as a result of that, we have 2 staff members who now hold Master of Social Work degrees, 8 staff members who hold Bachelor of Science in Social Work degrees, and 6 staff members who hold Associate of Arts in Social Work degrees. So for us, this represents a significant transformation in workforce qualifications, and it reflects the tribe's commitment to build a highly trained, credentialed child welfare workforce rooted in the Spirit Lake community.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me turn to Senator Schatz.
Thank you, Chair.